Hey, what's up everybody? This is the update, second video on the fixed gear bike I built. This is a 1978 Windsor Professional. Windsor Professional 1978. You can check out my other video to see what it looked like when it started. It was a rusty mess. It was a complete bike, but it was a rusty mess. And I bought it from a fellow locally and stripped it all down, and this is what I ended up with. I actually sandblasted the frame and painted it with spray paint. It was just a spray automotive paint from the auto parts store. I've since started using spray.bike, which is working really good, but this was kind of before I got turned on to them. But this one really turned out nice though. Just using the spray paint. It's a little bit dirty in here right now from riding, but so it's a 78 model. It is totally fixed. Got this wheel set from City Cycles. It's a little blingy. I'm not too hard on it. Like I said, I ride it brakeless, fixed, but I'm still not too hard on it. These wheels seem to be holding up fine. These are the 28 millimeter thick slicks, WTB thick slicks. These are 700C wheels. The bike was originally a 27-inch wheel bike. Of course, the city or the state cycle, that's what I meant, was state cycles is what the wheels are. It's flip-flop hub. You can see it's threaded on this side for a free wheel if I chose to put one on there. But this one's fixed. And I've run a couple of different gears, and I've settled on I kept this front chain ring. This I bought, or it came on another bike. This crank set and chain ring was really nice. This is a 53 tooth chain ring, the Shimano 600, the tricolor. So really nice crank set. It cleaned up really nice using some the SOS Brillo pad with the soap in it, and cleaned up the crankset and chain ring really nice. This is an oval chain ring. It's got a little bit of an oval shape to it. From around 1985, I'm guessing, on that bike that I picked up for the parts. 53 by 18 is what I have settled on. I've run it 53 by 19, 53 by 17. Excuse me, 53 by 19 I ran 53 by 16, and then I bumped it back to the 53 by 18. I could ride the 53/16, but it was just a little bit of stress on my old knees and whatnot. But I just find this ratio a little more comfortable. 53/18 is what I've settled on. I had a little bit of slipping back here. The first couple of cogs that I had, the cog that came with the wheel set was pretty cheap. The Lockring was pretty cheap. I ended up buying a proper Lockring wrench, which really helped. Which I also, when I went with this 18, I bought one from Origin 8. I like the Origin 8 stuff pretty good. So this cog is Origin 8. Actually, I think this Lockring is Origin 8 as well. In fact, I know it is. I loaded the Dura Ace, but I found this that Origin 8 had one. And like I said, I like their products pretty good. That with some Loctite, you might can see in there where I've got red Loctite actually. Put the cog on really tight with a chain whip, and actually pedaled it in the yard, cranked pretty hard to try to get that cog tight, and then put the Lockring on with a proper Lockring tool, Lockring wrench, down really tight with the Loctite, and it's holding up well. It doesn't slip anymore. Skids and whatnot, it doesn't slip anymore. The thick slicks are holding up well. I don't do a lot of skidding, but I did want to learn how to do it, and I can do it, and sometimes I do, and it's pretty easy to do, I guess, with the slick tires. They're pretty quiet when you slide. The first couple times or a few times I did it, I wasn't sure if I was even skidding, because they were just, you know, they don't make any noise when you skid them on the road. So I rode it with the front brake for a little while when I was learning how to ride it. This is my first fixed gear bike, but I got pretty confident with it and have since taken that brake off. The bars, I kind of sort of built it up originally with some drop bars, but just felt more comfortable with these bars. I do ride a gravel bike with drop bars, but I like these bars on this bike, so that's what I went with. This stem is from that 1989 parts bike, the same that the cranks came from. I guess it's a Nitto stem, I think is what they are. Not real sure. You can see the brand. Anyone can comment below, tell me what that logo there is. I've seen plenty of them, but anyway, so I shined up that stem. It worked out well. I did buy the bars new. These are also Origin 8 bars. The grips are some cheapos from Amazon. These decals I actually got from VeloCal, the website VeloCal. You can get all sorts of decals. I searched the internet trying to find you know, what year I thought the bike was, and went with that decal set. This is actually the original headset. I took it apart. It was in pretty good shape, other than just being, you know, completely dirty and nasty. The bearings were not pitted. The cups were not pitted, so I cleaned them all, soaked them all in white vinegar, and cleaned them up nice. They went back on well. The headset's working good. This seat post came from that parts bike that I had. Parts bike came in very handy for what I needed. The seat post, the crank set, chain ring, and the stem came from that other parts bike. This seat is the Public. You may have seen them. Public. It's a denim seat. It's studded back here, kind of like a Brooks saddle. I had a honey colored Brooks saddle with some Vans gum colored grips, and that brown combination looked really good on the bike, but I ended up putting that seat back on my gravel bike that I ride a lot more than this bike, and I like that Brooks seat. It's really comfortable, so I put it back on that bike. Gets a lot more miles. Built up a bike for my daughter, and the gum looked much better on hers, and these were some grips that I ordered for her bike, but I ended up using the gum on her bike, so I've ended up with these white grips on this bike, and I think it looks fine. I did like the brown grips and seat, but on this this still looks pretty clean with the white wall or white letter tires, the decals. These are Origin 8 foot straps. It's a Colt BMX pedal with the Origin 8 foot straps. They seem to be working pretty good. That's a Colt chain that's on there also, Colt single speed chain. So this is the bike. A lot of fun to ride. It was a lot of fun to build. I don't have a lot of money in it. I guess buying this wheel set was the most money that I've spent on it. But it was a good project. It was a fun project. Everybody loves the way the bike looks. You know, it's difficult to ride. You know, I try to let some of my buddies ride it, and they think I'm crazy for riding it fixed gear, brakeless. But I've gotten used to it, and I really enjoy it. It's fun to ride. So this is it. If you have any questions, you can ask down below, ask in the comments. If you like the video, like it, give me a subscribe, and check out my other videos. Got some other bike content in there. You can look in there for the original of this bike and see what a complete mess it was. But as is, this bike's really clean, rides really good, and really enjoying it. So if you have any questions, down below. Thanks.